Have you ever had a fart guy on your OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've had a lot recently.
Love them.
Yeah.
Great. I get fart shy though. I've got a friend that now every time she farts, she just videos every fart. So she's got like a folder of them.
Oh God, that's so
ready
good.
to go. Just ready to go.
I have a fart guy at the moment who keeps being like, he's like, have you got anything new for me? And I'm like, I did actually get a complaint from one of my fart guys. He went, he said, yours are too light and airy. That's not it. The yeast infections, they just keep coming back and back and back. Yeah, do you get chronic yeast infections?
No.
I don't. We're rolling. We shouldn't talk about medical stuff on the podcast.
Oh, right. Okay.
Personal.
Okay, sorry.
It's not really something that you can just ask people like that. Sorry.
It's just mine's so bad, I thought. Maybe.
I know. I think you need to go to the doctors.
Oh, that's what everyone keeps saying.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Kat Baker Show, the longest running podcast in the world and the number one podcast in the Philippines, hosted by I, Dr. Kat Baker, voted number one doctor and person in the UK. And today I am joined by Ivy Hope.
Woo! We got so excited. It's like the most excitement we've both had since I've walked in the door.
Oh my God, so excited. You're a fellow OnlyFans extraordinaire, woman of the internet.
Yeah, that's what people say about me.
Woman of
the year.
Nudity.
And the year.
Yes, woman of the year. Mm-hmm. Are you a doctor?
Not yet.
Okay, just
soon to be.
What jobs did you have before you did this?
I used to work as a PA for like 8 men. I was the only woman in my office. I was the only woman. So that kind of led me to do, and I used to tease them a bit. I used to be like, oh, if I had an OnlyFans, like, would you subscribe? And they're definitely now subscribed.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Are they... You work for 8 men?
8 men, yeah. It might even been, though sometimes there was like 14.
God, I'm so porn-brained. I was like, Jesus, that's like a gangbang.
Were you thinking about...
Yeah, I was like...
No, not too much testosterone.
Yeah, I forget that people have normal working relationships.
Yeah.
But were any of them creepy?
All of them.
Oh, God.
All of them.
Oh, but they old?
No, they weren't. Some of them were younger than me. Some of them were a bit older. All of them, like, they didn't have a HR department, but if they did...
Oh, my God.
I would have been there weekly, daily. Like, it was just, like, coming into... Because I had, like, a separate office. Yeah. And they would just come in and be like, oh, have you shagged anyone this weekend? And I'll be like,
God.
yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm like, no. No, like, so it was, and I actually did start OnlyFans when I was working there, because we went into lockdown, and I was like, this is my, no, I actually started camming.
So did
when I worked there. Yes.
Did you do Chatterbait?
No, I did adult work, and I started at S66, Babestation. I never did what was that, what you did?
Chatterbait.
Is that the one where people like fuck, like do like ping pongs out their pussy and stuff like that? Like, I worked on like the normal ones.
I think they had quite strict rules, but that one was more like when it's less about the private shows and more about the public tipping.
Right.
So a lot of times.
So you never really went into a private show?
You did, but that's almost not how you make most of your money there. Yeah. It's more when you're getting loads of people throwing tips at you.
My theory is that in sex work, camming is probably the most, like, the craziest one to do.
In like, out
of like, because you just never know what you're going to get when you press that accept button.
You can get less than minimum wage, or you can get thousands.
But in terms of, like, who's behind the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Because at least, like, if you're an escort, you kind of choose your clients, and you know, like, what kinks you're going to do before. On OnlyFans, you kind of, like, control who you're chatting to, and if you don't like something, you block. But, like, with camming, that phone rings, and you accept. If you're on a private show, and there's someone crazy, like you don't know if it's going to be someone you know. You don't know if it's going to be, like, a woman, a man in, like, you know, sexy lingerie. You don't know if it's going to be like...
I remember I had
just a big cock.
Oh, my God. My best experience was... I had one guy who turned his camera on, and he had a micro penis, and it had a little top hat on, and he drew a smiley face on it.
What a great day at the office.
That was a good time. That's a good time.
Day.
Yeah.
That's a good day. And you got paid for that.
Yeah, and I just laughed.
Yeah.
I just laughed at it, and he just loved me laughing at it.
Did you? What a popular thing on camming is bananas.
What, like fucking with a banana?
Fucking bananas.
I have a silicone banana. I don't have the...
Like a silicone?
Yeah, like a silicone dildo shaped like a banana.
Oh, is it yellow like a banana? Or is
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
From that brand Freak. Do you remember there was a bit of thing, everyone was buying those Freak
I've never heard
dildos.
of them.
The ones that do like the sort of fruit-shaped ones.
Oh, well, can you get like apples? Pears?
You could get avocado. Sounds so
It's
unpleasant.
like a menstrual cup.
Yeah.
There's no joy in that.
Yeah.
No.
Oh god. Yeah, that is the thing. Like for you to get joy out of vaginal penetration, it has to be something cylindrical.
Yeah, it has to be
like
something.
it can't just be a ball.
No.
Like, it's not shaped like.
It's got to be something that's gonna, like I'm looking at a candle there. I'm gonna say that would have more joy than like a pear.
Yeah.
But bananas on camming are very, very popular. Like I've seen a lot of people, eat them, put it in there. And sometimes you just don't know if they're going to come back out, because they like mush.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You just don't know if they're going to come back out. And
so the newest thing on Freak's website is, can you guess? They've got a brand new dildo apparently.
Ooh.
It's something popular.
Is it a cone? Like a...
no. It's sort of in the same remit, but...
Like a traffic light?
No.
A truncheon?
I don't even know what that is.
It's what police used to hit people. Yeah.
No. A bowling pin.
That could work, actually.
That could work. Yeah.
I mean,
that would be all right.
Shape-wise, yeah.
The thing is, it obviously it's thick and then it goes skinny and then thick again. So
you would only want to use the top, I think.
I do think men need a lot of...
Maybe you would.
Yeah, true. I can't go very deep.
I can't either, and I discovered this yesterday.
Oh.
I have this...
We down the pub.
I love the
I've been there.
we have a trope on this podcast, and Kat says it all the time, that she's just really bad at sex work.
Shit shag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
get...
We were the fight.
Reveals my face.
What is that about? I have heard you say that a few times. Do you honestly believe that you are a shit shag?
No, I'm not a shit shag. I can be very lazy.
Right.
If I put the effort in, I'm good.
Yes.
But sometimes I can't be bothered to put that effort in.
When you say put the effort in, do you mean like you on top, or do you make just being awake?
I'm awake,
okay.
But I will
conscious.
just lie there sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not sucking dick for that long.
Maybe you're just with the wrong people though. Maybe they're the shit shag. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's
no,
not
because
you.
I'm having a great time.
Oh, you just don't know how to express that.
Oh no, I do express it, and I'm having a great time. But they might not be having a great time.
Isn't that how all men think about sex apparently?
Yeah, well, I would say that most men just think that women are always having a good time, right?
Yeah, but men are always having a good time.
Oh, I would love to be a man.
Yeah.
I'd say it all the time. Like, can you imagine every shag you have? Like, you're guaranteed
pretty much
an orgasm, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, with women, with me, I don't know about you. It's hard work.
Yeah, it's not
easy.
It's not always the case.
No. And you're not really supposed to come on and say that as OnlyFans girls. We should be saying we want it.
Let's just say I've faked the odd video.
Oh, yeah. Faked. Are you a faker with men? Like when you're in the bedroom? I
try not to be.
Yeah.
It happens occasionally.
It's hard,
when I'm just trying to...
You want to be a true feminist, and you want to be true to the women, and you don't want to give these men what they want to hear because you want them to learn. But at the same time, sometimes when they're sometimes people are like, oh, we'll keep going until you, and you think that I'm not going to finish. So you have to finish.
Especially if you're not going to see him again.
Oh,
you're like, Okay.
How often does that happen with you?
Quite a lot. Like, you're like, we're probably not going to see
your decision or their decision?
Both.
No, okay.
Like, I would say it can be either or. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's them.
Have you ever slept with someone and had a great time and then they've ghosted you?
Oh my God, yeah, loads of times. I just got ghosted like last week.
Oh no, being ghosted is the worst.
Oh God, no. Yeah, it's...
Do you know,
so
being
annoying.
ghosted, not just by in a romantic sense, I got ghosted by my dog trainer, and that also sent me loopy. She ghosted me. Well, she was training the dog, and she just stopped texting back, and she didn't answer my phone calls, and I knew she was still going because she was on her Instagram active.
Right, okay.
And then in the end, I had to ask her, like, is it me? Have I done something wrong? And I honestly was thinking, did I say something inappropriate?
Yeah.
She found out what my job was, and she doesn't like it. And it really messes with your head when people do that. And she just said that she was just busy.
I had to ghost like a male friend the other day.
What, was he being inappropriate?
He wasn't. He was just. I met him through. Okay, I don't think there's any chance he's going to see this. I met him through because I don't think he uses social media really, but I met him through.
Is he a caveman? Where did you meet?
Yeah, kinda. I think so. I met him at a class for something.
Okay, what class was it?
Improv. Okay, so I was doing an improv class, and I met him and we were like, let's do some we were going to do some like improv, try and start a little improv group. Awkward. Yeah, so there's like a few of us, and I thought he was like pretty decent at improv, but then I brought him along to some other improv practice that I was invited to.
Did he embarrass you?
He was just, you know, when someone's so miserable to be around.
Oh, yeah.
Like they just bring a horrible negative energy into the room. And I was like, and he was just kind of bitch. I mean, when I met him, I also thought he was gay, but he's not. He's straight. And so he would like, but I also think he was like really lonely. But he was just like, I just hated being around.
So he wasn't really a friend?
No, he was like and we were meant to like hang out like again, and I kind of said yes because I felt it, and I just sort of cancelled. And then, but he would send messages, and I just stopped replying.
Did you just ghosted him?
I did just ghost him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You think that he would be not so miserable because he doesn't use social media?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, actually, he'd messaged me one time asking to meet up, and I just said, look, the next few months I'm so busy, I'm not going to be able to.
Right. It's always hard when you have to cut friends out of your life, because it's just like when you meet people and they just suck your energy. Yeah. It's just a bit like...
And I was hoping he would get the hint from that, but then he just sort of...
didn't. Do you think he fancied you?
Oh, I'm sure, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah, like, I mean, lonely male who does improv, like, I could be anyone and he would fancy me, I'm sure. Like,
what did you guys improv about then? I want to know about, like...
Oh, I don't... No. I wasn't in any scenes with him, I don't think, but we were like in the class.
I did a sort of improv class once.
Oh yeah.
And well, it was more, I did film and media at uni, and we weirdly have to improv. I don't know why, but they made us pretend to be zombies, and I just thought it was so embarrassing. People walking around like... Yeah,
so you have to do you do not do improv unless you're willing to be very embarrassed. Yeah.
Sorry, Ivy, just make sure that mic is facing.
Oh, sorry.
There's this one exercise we do, and it's my least favourite.
What is it?
That is where you walk around the room and you just have to make eye contact with each other.
Oh no!
As a British person, it's the most uncomfortable, because improv is like an American thing.
Yeah.
And so they make you do this like American stuff, and it's like, as a British person, I'm like, ugh.
I even struggle if like to make eye contact with like long-term partners in the bedroom.
Oh wow!
I find that really, and
I find eye contact difficult.
known someone for, you know, been with someone for like 3 years, 5 years, and I still have struggled. To look at them.
Yeah.
What is that?
Are
we scared of their cum face? Or
maybe
that they're going to see our cum face.
I think it's like you're going to see into my soul.
Yeah. And I see what's really going on in here.
Yeah. I do also think it is like a British thing. Like, I can make eye contact now doing like a podcast.
Yeah.
But I I've been starting going to therapy again, and I can't make eye contact with her.
Oh no, I've struggled with therapy because I'm always thinking, am I boring her? My mind goes into overdrive, and I'm a people pleaser. Right. So if I'm sitting in therapy, I'm thinking like, does she think I'm pathetic? You know,
they don't care because they're getting money for it.
They're getting money for it, and sometimes I think, you actually don't care about me, do you? I always think like I would like to be a therapist, but I think I would switch off a lot of the time.
Yes. Well, so I kind of did. Well, so I sort of did.
You're a doctor.
Well, so I have.
It's
in like social care. Yeah? So my PhD. So I worked in mental health beforehand. So I would facilitate like mental health groups. So I would have to do like listening things, like listen to people talking.
Was it boring?
Yeah, sometimes it was very boring.
What did they talk about?
Well, sometimes it was very interesting, especially, but obviously they'll be talking about like really traumatic stuff, and you're like, oh my god. But there are some people who you'd see weekly, and they'd say the same things every week.
Oh, really? Like nothing else going on in their life?
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's when, or you get people if they have like a certain disorder where they get fixated on a certain thing, and then, like and then they'll just go on and on about that, and you're like. And it'll be something like you personally wouldn't think twice about, but they're like,
but it's something that's too big in their life.
Yeah,
it's quite awkward.
Yeah,
because it's hard to hide your face sometimes. I think. Are you like one of those people that can hide your expression? No, you're not.
I'm one of those people who like, I can just be walking around and people go like, "Are you all right?"
Oh yeah, I get that.
Do you get that?
Yeah, I always get people asking me like, I've got what is it? A rest and bitch face.
Yeah,
RBF, like IBS, but RBF.
Yeah. Do you have IBS?
No, I did think that I could have because I was recently popping. What are they fucking called? Not Rennies. What are the other ones? You pop them.
Gaviscon.
Not You're getting closer. It's the
to make you poop less.
They
or
make
poop
you.
More?
They just like
Senecot.
Like the gas just releases.
Oh, I don't know those ones.
That you will do.
Motilium?
No, they're almost so obvious that you're missing it. You know what I mean? Like Rennies. It's like the obvious choice.
We should probably stop dropping like pharmaceutical brand names.
Well, unless they're sponsoring.
Unless they're paying,
trying to get some sponsors here. Paracetamol.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I got a bit addicted to them.
Oh.
Just because every time I had a bit of a tummy ache, I would just pop it and it would just go. And then I got a bit like, oh, am I going to get addicted to these? So I let the course run. Like I did them all, and then I didn't buy any more.
Okay.
And I actually haven't really needed them, so I don't think I do have IBS. What about you?
I don't think I have IBS.
No, I do feel sorry for people with IBS.
Yeah, I'm very regular and quite solid. So
good to know your bowel movement.
Yes, you're so welcome to everyone.
Be coming on the podcast to talk about your bowel movement.
To be fair, there'll be guys at home wanking.
Have you ever had a fart guy on your OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've had a lot recently.
Love them.
Yeah,
great. I get fart shy though.
Yeah,
do you?
So I was talking to someone else, and she says, who does fart content, and she was like, you can just, which I didn't think of, you get a douche and you can squirt air up.
Someone told me this too the other day.
But I've been waiting to fart. Waiting till I can go.
I've got a friend that now every time she farts, she just videos every fart. So she's got like a folder of them.
Oh God, that's so
ready
good.
to go. Just ready to go. Because I've had people pay for a fart custom, and I've been like, it'll be with you in an hour, and I'm just there like, why are you doing this?
Come on, yeah.
And I think
I normally, yeah. It's like, when I'm at the pub, I'm going off, but when I'm at home and
So, when I'm on the train or on an aeroplane, but now when I'm being paid for it.
Oh my God.
So a tip for that actually is something I always forget is just record your farts.
That's so good.
Yeah,
because I have a fart guy at the moment who keeps being like, he's like, have you got anything new for me? And I'm like, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, yeah, I'll try tonight.
I'll try. Yeah. Just any meal, like some spicy food or something like that.
Yeah, because I am pretty regular.
I
don't. I don't have like a gas problem.
Yeah.
So it's only
Do you want to know something interesting? I don't burp. And
I don't burp.
Oh my God, you know it's like there's a condition for it.
Really?
Google it. This is something we should.
Non-burping
I was like, one day I was like, I've burped 5 times this year, and I count it.
Yeah.
And I searched like, why don't I burp one day? And there was loads of things like there is an actual condition because if I burp, you know when people like belter.
Yeah.
I've never understood how do you do that? And when I burp, it's just like a. And I'm
exactly the same.
Surprised myself.
And it's always a shock. Like,
it's actually a condition, and it's called something.
It's very hard to pronounce.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it really?
It's very hard to pronounce.
No.
I'm actually trying to find like
someone.
No, like the Google. You know the way.
Oh, when
you let
Google pronounces it, because I wonder if it's actually a condition or whether someone's just been like.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It's called.
It is a really long word.
Retrograde cricopharyngeal. I literally can't. Hold on.
Oh, I've got retrograde.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Edgy.
Hold on.
Cricopharyngeus.
What was that?
Cricopharyngeus.
Is your Google Irish?
No, that's just the.
I was going to say, I didn't know you
that
could
was just that was just YouTube. I think this word is so specific. It took me to a YouTube link.
Oh.
It's not on the normal Google. Cricopharyngeus. So it's retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction.
Right, that's what we have.
Oh my God, we're so special.
You're a doctor, you should know this.
I should. Yes. Although, having said all that, I should make it clear, women do not fart or poop.
No.
That's not,
No.
That was just a funny bit we did.
That was a funny bit that we planned and we put in, but...
it does not reflect real events.
No, not at all. So don't come to my OnlyFans page and ask for a fart custom.
But also, please do.
I just think this farting kink is hilarious.
It
makes me laugh so much.
Yeah, I always want to ask, are you masturbating right now?
Yeah.
Or are you laughing? Because, someone could pay for a custom just for a laugh. Having a bit of a down day.
I did actually get a complaint from one of my fart guys. He went, he said, yours are too light and airy. That's not it.
Are you just saying this now? So
I
you look cuter.
No, I'm not even joking.
Happened.
That's genuinely what he said. He was like, they're very light and airy. I was like, I'm sorry. He was can you do some loud, wet ones? I was like, no, because I have a normal, I have a healthy diet.
Do you know what I would call them? Maybe vegan farts.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you vegan?
Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah.
Wow. We've got so much in common.
Yes. That must be... Yeah,
maybe.
Are yours light and airy?
It's a mixture.
Sometimes mine can be really loud.
Yeah, I have a mixture. It varies.
I'm not a wet fart.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I just...
No one, even if you are, you wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
No one wants to
hear
that.
But I genuinely am not.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Are you horny and bored and feel like you want to chat to me? Maybe you want to send me your inner monologue or maybe just a picture of your knob? Then go to catbaker.co.uk where you will find my premium explicit subscription sites. I have my OnlyFans and then I have my Admire Me VIP. The Admire Me is a little bit more kink friendly, so go there if you've got certain needs. But I also have my Admire Me premium shop where you can buy videos without a subscription. But for just one small monthly fee, you can chat to me and see all my explicit content. So go to catbaker.co.uk and have a happy time fapping. Would you ever do camming again?
Hopefully never, ever, ever. I am
what I think.
traumatized. And I was going to say a lot of people that have done camming have the same, traumatized. Long nights, very little pay. Boring, boring. So no, I hope not. I would if OnlyFans went to shit. I think that maybe I would have to. couldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I would get a 9 to 5
if you guys ever see me on a webcam site again, it means things are going pretty badly for me.
Or AI.
Or it's AI. Yeah. I because sometimes you could be there. Yeah. I will say there was this one whale who would tip thousands of pounds.
Oh yeah, they were good.
But then it caused loads of drama around the girls, because he'd only tip British girls.
Yeah, it happened.
And all the British girls would start fighting with each
it's
other.
very
over this
bitchy.
whale. Yeah.
Babestation was the same. Like one guy, everyone would know who he was, and a big spender. But if he was tipping on one person, you know, people would get annoyed. You know, girls would get annoyed if they weren't tipping on his. Very bitchy industry.
It is. And yeah. Oh, definitely that thing of like, the worst thing, this is a bit dark actually, but the worst thing I had was like, I had this one guy who was like, oh, can you like watch some porn with me like on cam? And I was like, okay. But then he pulled up like a Nickelodeon show and he was wanking to it.
Was it Gunge?
No.
Have you had the Gunge guys?
It was like, it wasn't Gunge, it was like he was wanking because
oh no,
he liked the underage people in it. Yeah.
Oh, I've got a few of bad stories like that.
Off.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a guy once, and this hit hard as a vegan. I'm sure you can imagine. He rang up and he had a normal phone call with me, and he finished. And he stayed on the phone to me, and obviously you don't hang up because you want to get the money taken through. And he was like, oh yeah, that's it, good boy. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, it's my dog. He likes the taste of it. And I was like, no, you stop that right now. And he was like, oh yeah, good boy. And I could actually hear like the but the one thing I will say about that is at least the dog was happy. Because I would have been worried. He did
love it.
He did, and it did sound like he loved it. But weird.
I mean, as long as they're not doing something to the dog.
Well, you never know. This is the thing.
But he probably
was. Yeah,
if he's
it's like a two-way thing.
He's probably. Oh.
So that was traumatized. That's what I mean about camming is you never know what you're gonna get.
I remember that was on with that guy. I was like, okay, so I've just been on a video call with a pedo.
Yeah.
But he was like, and I remember being like, because obviously it wasn't like child.
Did you report him?
Yeah, to the cam site.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't child that.
Yeah.
Because it was just the Nickelodeon show. Like
right.
It wasn't. But it was like he loved like Miranda Cosgrove, who at the time was like 30.
Right.
But
was he watching?
He was watching
old?
her old videos, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like 14. He was like, no, she's like 30. I was like, yeah, but this is when she was 14, and he knew what he was doing, and I was like,
he tried to play dumb, but
I was like, you fucking. So I reported him to like the cam site, and I was like, you're.
Such a weird world. It's such a weird world. It's you never know what you're gonna get. Like I said, like there's all
and OnlyFans is so vanilla, and so many words are blocked out that you kind of don't see as much on like you don't get as many
and when
freaks.
you do get weirdos you sort of like block, you know,
because also I think it's when people are webcam, although I guess both can be true. I say people who sign up for webcam sites to watch, it's they either sign up because almost like a Twitch thing where they like that person and they like hearing them talk and almost just spending time with them, or it's they want to see lots of different girls for their specific fetish or fantasy.
I think it's like a watch fantasy, isn't it? Like they want to be watched and they want to watch. But it's very dated. And you know, I always thought, like, I don't know about you, I don't like speaking to people on the phone. Like speaking to people on the phone really freaks me out. And I always think like these men are brave, because when I'd cam, like they would do the phone calls as well.
Yeah.
And I used to think like these men just call and want to talk dirty. Like I could never. I mean, I did. But I was being paid to do that. I wasn't the one phoning. But like that is some bravery right there, I think. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, they're kind of ballsy. Whereas a lot of OnlyFans, the men are just like
they can hide.
Mostly don't want to be seen.
Unless
the odd knob rating.
The good dick rate.
Yeah.
Have you had any good ones recently?
where does the ratio lie between men that want you to tell them it's good and men that want you to humiliate them and tell you it's bad?
They always want you to tell it's good unless they specifically.
I know there's a whole humiliation thing, but like, is it more likely they want?
No one wants an honest one.
No,
they want either to be humiliated or told it's good.
Right.
I don't feel like I used to sort of be more honest and be like, look, it's all right, but it's not great. And then I quickly learned that's not what they want.
That's not what they
want you to be like, it's great.
They paid you for that.
Yeah.
They're not paying you to be honest.
Yeah.
My friend had it the other week, actually. She was doing a live OnlyFans show and someone sent their dick rate for her to live. Their dick for her to rate it live, and it was a small dick, and she was like, ha ha, you've got a small dick, like, and then he messaged her and was like, that was really mean what you said about my dick. You know, like, I understand that, you know, it's not to your liking, but I didn't expect you to go in. And it wasn't a small dick rate, it was just, he actually just wanted his dick rate, but because it was so small, she thought it was a like humiliation one. So that scared me now, because sometimes I get some through and I'm like, I need some like indication here.
I find when they want you to humiliate it, they pretty much say,
yeah,
they're like, I'm going to show you something that's going to make you want to laugh,
or
I'm going to like, they're like, I've got a really pathetic penis, would you mind looking at it?
Did you, if you weren't a sex worker and someone told you that there's men in this world that want to send photos of their dick and they want a rating out of 10, would you believe them? Because I didn't know this was a thing until I started OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't, I think, yeah, I would have thought that's crazy. So I do a stand-up bit about it. Like, I'm like, I rate men's penises. Like, that's my job.
Yeah.
And people in the crowd are always like, whoa, what the fuck?
Because we would never get a rating of our vaginas.
Yeah. And that is another bit I do.
You rate vaginas?
No. In the stand-up, I'm like, if a man asked me to...
Yeah.
If he could rate my vagina, I'd be like, what the...
Yes.
Well, the joke goes, would you like... If a man asked me, would you like... me to rate your vagina, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Would you take it?
And then I'd be like,
would you ever get one?
Sounds kind of fun.
Would you ever allow?
Yeah, I probably would.
Would you? What do you? What?
If it's
what
free,
what do you think? What rating would you think you would get?
For tightness, 10 out of 10.
Of course, love.
Yeah,
of course.
For
neatness.
Oh,
then there's
like
the
a
smell.
5 out of 10.
And neatness, you do get thrush a lot.
Yeah. Smell, I would say I'd get a 7 out of 10.
Right.
Yeah, neatness 5.
Why a 7? Why a 5?
Because I've got, it's mine is out.
Right.
And it's a little bit asymmetric.
Oh, right.
It's not like, how some are out, but they're perfectly symmetric.
Yeah.
I've got lips that hang, but they're kind of small.
Lips that hang?
It looks like a small tongue. That's the only way I can describe it. What would you say yours is like?
I obviously 10. I wouldn't for neatness. What was yours out of 10 for neatness?
5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I would say that it's probably like an 8.
Okay.
Because it's like an innie outie.
Okay.
So like so sorry.
He's heard way worse. Don't worry about him.
This
oh
is
my god.
Fascinating. Carry on. I love that we just came up with parameters for vagina.
Yeah. This could be a new thing.
Neatness, smell, and
tightness. And tightness. There's some men out there thinking they're gonna make some money on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so neatness, I'd go for an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I do rate myself. Smell, I would go for probably depending on how pH levels are that month.
Yeah.
pH levels as a vegan actually can be challenging.
Really?
Yeah, because
do we have too much sugar?
Well, I think it's something to do with like natural yogurt is really good for your pH balance, but obviously if it's vegan you don't get the same goodness in it. So yeah, it depends like where I am on the pH balance. I would like to think that it smells amazing all the time.
But we all have our days.
So yeah, maybe like probably like a 7 on a bad day. 9 on a great day.
What's your tightness level then?
I would probably, again, depends where I am in my cycle. Because if you've got a tampon shoved in there all day...
Oh no, I snap right back. Like, all day, every day. It is.
Maybe this is why you don't enjoy sex.
Yeah. I am like, if they have anything above a small penis, I can't do doggy.
You can't take it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, in doggy it hurts.
It is funny because...
Unless it's like a micro.
Yeah. Have you been with a micro?
Not micro. I've been with some very small guys. But it's okay because I'm so tight.
Yeah, 'cause
It's a match made in heaven, really. What about you? Have you been...
So yeah, I think tightness. I would say I'm pretty average. I don't know. I think like, I have been with women before. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if you can confirm this as a man. I mean, I'm assuming you're a straight man. Are you a straight man?
Yeah.
Assuming you're a straight man. That was very assumptuous. I'm very sorry. But I think I have been with women before. my ex actually had a couple of kids, and I didn't notice. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never noticed. But I've been with girls before who've had very tight vaginas, and it's made me have a complex about mine because I've been like, mine doesn't feel like this. So yeah, probably like I'm kind of a 7 and 8 mark. I'm sticking to the 7 and 8 mark on all three.
Yeah, so you're bisexual.
I am.
But you're an actual bisexual.
I'm an actual
like,
bisexual.
so I'm
a real bisexual.
Yeah, so
they're rare to find.
Exactly.
In the OnlyFans world.
So this is something I talk about quite a lot. So I don't think I really identify as bisexual anymore.
Because I thought you were bisexual. I messaged you a while ago,
Yeah.
not in that way.
Yeah.
But a while ago to me. But I thought I got a gay vibe from you, and I thought that's what we would click
Well,
at.
so I have dated women,
Right.
in my early 20s when I lived in Brighton.
Oh yeah.
So obviously, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, at
Happens to the
university,
best of us.
yeah, studying bloody sociology. You know, like it was going to happen.
That's where they all are.
yeah,
The
exactly,
lesbians.
literally. And then I did gender studies masters.
Oh,
so it
you're
was
asking
like,
for
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, but I haven't really dated any women since.
Oh right.
And
would you?
So I have to say, I don't think I have a massive desire to, but occasionally I meet the odd woman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, if they offered themselves to me,
Well,
then obviously...
this I had this similar conversation with some of my straight friends the other day, which was a segue into, and it got me thinking. I'm going to ask you this right now. So, is there anyone in this world that you would queue up to shag? You would get in the little queue.
Such a cliche, but
Because I did have one. Mine was Sydney Sweeney. I probably would queue up to shag her.
I would queue up to touch her breasts.
Yeah, that's it.
I think I would shag. Would I shag? Yeah, I would. Yes, I would want to shag her.
Would you scissor her?
Yeah.
Have you scissored people before? Women?
I don't think I've done scissoring,
No?
really. No,
There's rumours going around that women don't scissor.
but they do. But
That's
see,
literally all I do.
See, I feel like I kind of missed out on the scissoring.
Oh.
Like, so I feel like, yeah. And I think because I was also so nervous when I was with women.
Yeah.
That that's the thing, I was dating other like nervous bisexual women. Like, I
Right,
didn't date like a
yeah.
confident lesbian.
That is the
That's
issue
what you
sometimes
need,
with
yeah.
women. Like, I think we're so used to men taking the role as a bisexual. When you date another femme, you're like,
Yeah.
who's paying?
Exactly.
I've heard that loads. I've got lots of bi and pan friends, and women have been like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going on a date with this woman, but I'm really shy and this and that and blah blah." And then I've heard of the lesbian stalemate where nobody makes a move.
No one makes a move, and the whole time you're like, "Are we friends? Or
Yeah.
is this a date?" You never know.
Yeah.
and it puts women off being gay. I think sometimes because people will be like, "Oh, I think I'm bi," but then they'll go on a date with a femme woman, and both of you are too scared, and then you'll think, "Oh, I'm not doing that again."
Yeah, but then I do think there are some women who say they're bi, and it's like, unless you do have that real desire to have sex with women.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes I meet women and they're like, oh yeah, I think some women are cute, and it's like that.
That doesn't fall under bisexuality. Yeah, that's just.
But a lot might start saying, and it's like men, they can be shagging another man and they'll be like, oh no, I'm not bisexual, I'm still straight.
Didn't you have someone on this podcast who was a man, I don't know who it is, shagging or getting his cock sucked by another guy, but he was saying to you that he's not gay?
Oh yeah, but that's for porn, so I guess.
But is he? Do you think he? Sorry, I don't know if he's your
I
friend.
think he is definitely straight. So I think it is like work. Like I know lots of straight guys who could get their cock sucked by another man.
Does that not make them bisexual though, do you think? Or do you think it's just a spectrum? I don't actually know.
I don't think that would make you bisexual, because you could close your eyes and imagine it's a woman.
That just makes you like a little bit deluded.
There's a cool new word that the kids are using.
Oh.
Heteroflexible.
Heteroflexible.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Is that
just gay for pay?
It's like, look, if I've sniffed a load of coke, I will
you will consider
I will let a man suck me off. I think that's what heteroflexible is.
Right. Is this what the Gen Z are using?
Yeah. And sometimes on dating apps I see a lot of guys say it now as well.
What dating apps are you on?
So I have been on Field.
Right. Field is interesting.
Yeah, and they're all heteroflexible.
Yes. Field is full of every single person with their boyfriend wanting to shag you.
Yeah.
Everyone. Just like me and my boyfriend looking for another person. Or another couple. A lot of couples looking for other couples.
Yeah,
it's basically like Grindr for straight people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What ones have you been on?
Field, also Bumble. So they're back when I was dating a lot of women. When I thought I was fully gay, then I came back out as bi. Someone told me there was a lesbian app called Brenda.
God, that's such an unsexy name.
Such a sexy name. So you can see why I never used it.
Yeah.
I think it's Brenda or something like that. And I just thought, I can't look on Brenda.
Oh, God. That is,
So it was something like that. So I always stuck to the straight ones, which is a bit disappointing that there's not a lot of lesbian ones out there. Bumble is the one where the female has to speak first.
Yeah.
And again, that was just like, if you're on Bumble as two women, it would just, one of you would just get the pick. And sometimes it was like annoying because I'm like, oh, I want to chat to her, but she hasn't chatted to me yet. So am I the man?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always surprised when people still use Tinder.
That's like an old person thing. Like my dad uses Tinder. Yeah, like I think that's.
I feel like that's for a lot of like people sending dick pics.
Or yes, people who've been banned from Hinge. Yes, they use Tinder.
Hinge is probably number one for me.
Yeah, that's probably the most normal one.
Hinge's model is, their tagline is the app that's made to be deleted. So they're trying to be like find the one on Hinge.
But I've only ever deleted it out of frustration. I've never deleted it because I found someone on there.
Have you ever completed it? You know, when that's really horrible feeling when it's like there's no more men or women in your area and you're like, I'm in London, I'm in central London.
No, in Brighton, when I was in Brighton, I would complete it a lot of the times.
Yeah.
In Bristol, I think I got close. London, no, I haven't yet completed it.
No. Still a long way to go. Time. How often do you go on dates then? Would you shag on a first date?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you?
Always.
Yeah. I prefer shagging on a first date.
Get it out the way.
Yeah, because then you just know if you've got sexual chemistry or
and
not.
You also know like whether like their smell, you know, like you want to know like underneath that, are you groomed, are you smelly, you know.
7 out of 10.
7.
Yeah.
How tight are you?
Yeah, exactly.
With great experience with you apparently.
Of course.
And yeah, you just can't, I think sometimes rip the clothes off.
You cannot, you don't want to get invested in someone and then sleep with them, and it's just like,
why do men have such a hang up about sleeping with women on the first date? Like, I don't understand, because is it because men are obsessed with the chase?
But I think most normal men I know don't care about that.
Yeah.
I think it's just weird misogynists who are like all my friends who are men would 100% continue dating a woman they slept with on the first day. I think it's like a...
I could probably have something to say about this, but I'm just a producer.
We want to know your insight. What is yours? Is there a reason?
What's the best way to word this? I might end up cutting this out. I am all for promiscuity in women.
What does that mean?
As in, I'm all for a slutty girl.
Right.
As in, like, I haven't used that term negatively.
Everyone loves sluts.
But the whole discourse now that's going on, like, if a woman has a body count over 10, like, it's nonsense. It's all part of the, excuse the expression, the nonsense fucking misogynistic rape pill bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, do you know, like, at the end of the day, you want someone who is experienced. You want someone who's open. You want someone there's no bullshit.
Exactly. Why would you want to shag a virgin?
I think it's just part of the whole internet discourse now, where really most people are just like, whatever, it's fine. And most normal men who are, normal progressive men are absolutely fine with it. I know.
Yeah. But then I think there's so many male podcasts that talk about this stuff that, like, maybe men who actually don't care about it see that and they're like, oh, maybe I should care about it because it's such an influence, like
segue. Do we know any of these podcasts?
There's a lot of shitty male podcasts, so you went on one.
I don't know if you've seen my rant about shit. I'm always ranting about male podcasts.
I think I saw you post it on Instagram stories.
I was just like, why are females, especially sex workers, going on so many male podcasts where all they do is speak to you like a bag of shit? I don't get it. So I see it all the time.
You went on.
I mean, I did do it. I mean, it's very hypocritical of me. I went on it. Yeah,
you got to do it to learn why it's shit. I think sometimes.
I think because I said to you before we come in, you were asking me about the podcast, and I said to you, like, everyone I know who took when I was going on this podcast, the reality check, said to me, like, when you go on there, act like the biggest slut, say the most craziest things, get the views, get the subs. But when I was like, go do it. I sat down and I was just like, I just don't want to do this. Like, I just don't want to sit here and pretend I want like 10 dicks in my face, because it's just not what I want. And you're surrounded by 3 men who are clearly misogynistic. So like, it was, I didn't do the whole, I want one in the back, one in the mouth, one in the puss. I just went on there and I was just like, and I think I didn't have a difficult time with them because they didn't see me as slag, maybe.
Because I think with those podcasts, they either want women who are going to be on there to be like, I'm a massive whore. Yeah, give me cock all the time.
Well, they want that because then they get the misogynistic people watching it being like, yeah, she's a slag.
Or they want a woman who's going to sit there and be like, I think all women should be virgins.
Yes.
And then they can, so people could be like, finally, a woman speaking sense.
It's all part of that new rhetoric that's online with men, and it makes me sick. It really does.
It feeds into the whole misogynistic culture right now. Like, there's so many men that hate women.
It's way more misogynistic now, just
awful.
Culture in general. Awful. I feel like it was like, I remember when I was at uni, like 10 years ago, like, anti-slut shaming was a huge thing.
And
really? Like being like, you can't slut shame and things like that. And also I remember everyone was very like, there was a lot more like pro sex work stuff there. Now there's like a backlash, not only from the misogynists, but I feel like a lot of, because of OnlyFans, there's a lot of young women now who previously might have been like, oh, women should be able to do what they want, and now like these women that do OnlyFans are like damaging other women and stuff. Like there's like a lot of the like feminist young women are kind of, they're like a conservative type of feminist.
I think there's a lot of women at the moment worried that if they have children or going to have children, that their daughters may grow up to be an OnlyFans like a woman, OnlyFans creator, and I think that they're worried about, how people will perceive them, as opposed to worrying about the change in the system. So it's like, if you change the system and maybe teach men to stop first of all, killing women.
Yeah.
And stop speaking badly about women, then there wouldn't be a judgment on sex work. Like, Pornhub is, you go on there and there's like millions of views on one video. How much traffic does that site get? I don't understand how men have podcasts with sex workers on and are so rude to them, because it's like, do you not watch porn? That's like being like, oh, like football is so toxic and masculine, but then go into the game.
Yeah.
Like, what team are you on?
This is the longest running podcast in the world, and it's the longest running podcast in the world for a reason. I am the most dedicated podcaster that has ever lived, and I am so grateful for your guys' support. But if you want to support me further, you can now sponsor the Ramblings of a Narcissist for just £4 a month. Go to patreon.com/The Cat Baker Show, and you will find episodes that are more personal, more unhinged than anything we can post on YouTube, as well as early access to YouTube episodes, and also extended cuts. We can say things there that we cannot say here, you know, all just kind of things that might get me cancelled, because if you don't know, there are a lot of people that don't want to see me succeed, because I am, of course, the most powerful podcaster in the world. So go to patreon.com/The Cat Baker Show and support me for just £4 a month. I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you. And this is the thing with, I find when people are like, oh, these women doing OnlyFans, like let's say women being more openly sexual on the internet and stuff, they're like, okay, it sexualizes women further, and other women suffer because of that. And while that could be made a point, if you go to
that's
country
always been
that's,
the case.
yeah, but it's like if you go to a country where it's like women have to dress really modestly, they're sexualized just as much. So it's like you can't win either way.
I was literally walking my dog yesterday, and honest to God, if I had like a cup, someone would put change in it. Like, I looked homeless, and I still got catcalled. And I was thinking, what is this? Like, I had a hood up, I had a coat on, I had a scarf, and you couldn't even see my face. I'm walking two dogs, like a hunchback, and like this guy was like out of his car window, like, oh, I love, like, woohoo. And I'm just like, you can't even see my face. It is literally the fact that I am an outline of a woman, and that has got you excited.
Yeah.
So like, women are being sexualized anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So men, they need a lot of help.
They're
troubled, which is why we're here. Because we've got some questions to answer from the audience.
Right.
So we're going to do that. Do you feel like you've got a lot of insight?
I feel like I'm very insightful.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we're going to answer some questions from my very horny autistic audience that need some help, okay?
Okay.
So here's the first one.
So I've got a huge wanking problem. I do it way too much, and I've actually injured my penis. So I suppose just the question is really, when is too much, you know? That's really my question to you.
When is too much? Well, it sounds like it's too much if he's injured his penis.
I think you went past the threshold.
Yeah, that's...
Have you ever injured your vagina from masturbating?
Yeah.
Really? Using what?
My fingers.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. More so when I was younger and had a higher sex drive.
Right.
And if you masturbate over if you do it over 3 times a day, sometimes it gets a little bit sore.
Right,
from the rub.
But I don't really go internally when I masturbate.
Never
I just do
internal, always the outside. That's
why...
but
you were rubbing yourself outside so furiously.
Well, not so furiously. I just think so much, as in 4 times a day. It just has a little bit of a sting to it. Have you never had that?
yes.
Yeah. Do you know
When
what I mean?
the vibrator's going too hard. And it almost feels like it's itching.
That's exactly. And then you're in the shower and you feel it.
Yeah. And you're like,
But
yeah.
An injured penis from masturbating.
It could be broken.
Have you ever broken a penis before?
Like the banjo?
Yes. I've done that to someone before.
That's my worst fear.
The crazy thing about it is we were having sex and he was like, oh, you've come on your period. And I was like, oh, and then I was feeling it, and then I was like, no, I haven't. And then the pain didn't hit him for a while, and then when he realized it was him, he was like, holy shit, it really fucking hurts. And yeah, we couldn't have sex for like, it was my boyfriend at the time. We couldn't have sex for a while, but yeah, he had to go to the hospital and stuff. I can't believe we did it. That was back when my vagina was as tight as yours. Not so much now. I think I was about 21.
Oh my God. Yeah, that is... I've heard of that happening to other people.
Yeah.
In fact, someone told me it happened to my brother, but I don't think it did.
Who told you that?
Like one of his mates at school.
Did you ever ask him?
No, I've never asked him. And I feel like if that would have happened, he would have had to have gone to hospital and I would have heard about it. But
yeah.
I don't.
But maybe he just didn't want anyone to know. And thank God you're on the podcast
talking
about it.
Yeah.
Maybe
sorry about
he was
that, mate.
A bit embarrassed. But wanking too much. If you think that you have a problem, I would say that you probably do.
I don't think there's like a number on it about how much is too much, but it's when it stops you doing other basic tasks.
Like the washing up.
Yeah. Are you avoiding showering or eating?
Are you avoiding having sex with people over... I had a boyfriend once who loved to masturbate way more than he liked to have sex with me.
Really?
Yeah.
God, how did that feel?
But I don't know if there's such shame on that, really, because we know how to make ourselves come, right? And as a woman, anyway, as a man, I guess.
But given the option, men would rather have sex and masturbate, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, if for some reason, and this is maybe, again, this might be too much for me to talk about, but even like, if for some reason a man and a woman can't have intercourse and they kind of have to like do themselves or whatever, there's things you can do in bed and still have the intimacy and get yourself off. So you're therefore doing it together and you're getting the you know, you're still getting pleasures of the flesh, and you're not, you know what I mean?
And it's the weight of someone else on top of you, or being on someone else. That's
I actually prefer foreplay anyway than to actually like sex.
See, I think I prefer sex.
Do you really? Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, because I think the foreplay, it's like, I'll do that myself on my own.
You've got to make things exciting though.
Yeah.
Foreplay, I like a bit of foreplay. I like a bit of foreplay because I can use my own toys. I can do it myself and also enjoy the...
You've been spending too much time having sex with women.
Have
you ever had a man get weird that you pull out toys?
Yes, I have had that before.
Discuss.
I was so disgusted by him when he did that. I was like... oh, we should, get my vibrator. And he was like, I feel that's so offensive that you said that. I'm like, you're so insecure. That didn't last long when I was dating him. Because like when you're with women, it's just like a natural thing that like we're going to use our vibrators, right? Like we're going to, because it's like fun. What is that?
I love it when,
you've already said it. It's insecurity.
Insecurity.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I feel like more recently I've had a lot of guys who are like, get it out.
Get it out.
Get the vibrator out.
Oh,
like,
they said,
get out.
I thought they said, get out to you.
Get out of my house.
How dare you bring that toy in? More actually, I guess it depends what kind of men that you are sleeping with. Same as me. Like if I've slept with guys, they're more like, get the toy out. As opposed, but those men, not the ones,
they're insecure, toxic men.
100%,
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I personally hate when women get their toy. No,
yeah. So I would say to him, hands off.
Hands off, or just have a little bit of a break. See how you feel. If you are itching to get your hand back round the dick, then you should see a doctor.
I think so, yeah. And injuring, my God, I hope you've sorted it.
Yeah.
Don't let it get infected or turn blue and because it might fall off.
Blue waffle.
Yeah, he's in blue waffle. God,
that's a throwback.
Yes. Blast from the past.
And then people were like, that's an actual disorder. Blue waffle. It's not. Obviously.
Was it a thing?
No,
it was fake.
Yeah. Oh, my heart's broken. For it was real. But yeah, no. So I would say, hands off.
Hands off.
Right, let's do another problem. When will men learn? Right.
But I've found with a few different girls now, if I really like someone a lot, when we do have sex, I find it really hard to actually come, if you know what I mean. It's like a weird problem I have. I don't really know. I don't have a problem when it's like girls I don't really care about. It's just like
that took a weird turn.
I find it hard to finish. So yeah, any help would be appreciated on that one. Thank you.
So he can come with women he doesn't like,
right?
But women he does like, he finds difficult to come.
It's like a reverse psychology.
What an
right
interesting problem to discuss. Shall we discuss this on the Patreon?
Yes, let's
do it.
Let's move over.
We're gonna go over to the Patreon. We're also going to talk about some really unhinged, disgusting things.
Thrush.
You got to go sign up to the Patreon to discuss that, because you told me some crazy things when you came in here, and we're going to discuss those crazy things over there.
Mind.
I was like, what the fuck, Ivy? That's terrible.
Awful.
But also very hot.
Very interesting.
So if you want to be disgusted and turned on at the same time, then you need to come sign up to the Patreon. We'll also give you more advice, and it's going to be great. So, but before we go to the Patreon, have you got messages you want to say to the YouTube audience out there, the listening audience?
Hands off.
Yes.
Or hands on, actually.
Hands on, hands off.
Promoting our OnlyFans.
Yeah. Hands on. Yeah. Hands on. Wank
responsibly.
Yeah, wank responsibly.
Yes.
And check out Ivy's socials. I'll link them all in the description. Ivy Hope.
Woo-hoo.
So let's go do that. Bye, everyone. Bye.
This is how we say goodbye.
Yeah. And then we walk into the Patreon now. So we're walking.
Okay.
Walking in.